In this video, I am going to go over the 9 lies that people have been telling you about Florida. A lot of these lies come from locals, snowbirds. I think like the locals, I hear all the time, they say, Florida's full, we don't want you here, get out. So I think part of the lies come from them. Snowbirds, listen man, they only come here a few months of the year. What do they know? And YouTubers, not this one, people on YouTube, because they're trying to get views. So don't worry, in this video, I'm going to unveil the 9 lies and the truth behind it. And as a bonus, I have a bonus truth. You're going to want to stick around. I'm going to head across the street from where I'm at right now and stand in front of this place. I think you'll just find it more effective. Or I'll find it more effective. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. But let's jump right into it. Lie number 1, Florida is always warm and sunny. Now, a lot of you might know right off the bat, it's not always warm and sunny. And especially up in like the Panhandle or northern Florida, it can get quite chilly in our winter months. Here in Central Florida and South Florida, it stays fairly warm. You've probably seen, if you've been following me for a while, sometimes I'll film a video with a light jacket, or even like, I haven't worn a heavy jacket, and I can't tell you how long, except for when I go up north to visit. But I never have to wear anything too much. If I'm going to walk one of the tall bridges we have here that'll take you from mainland over the river to beachside, I will sometimes bundle up a little more, put a hat and maybe or earmuffs on, because it's so windy, so breezy at the top of these bridges that, and with coming off the water, that can get kind of cold. But overall, it's not warm and sunny constantly. And then also during certain parts of the year, it does get rather rainy, very tropical rainstorms, of course, hurricanes we have, and that can dampen, the warm, sunny days. So lie number 1 is it's not always warm and sunny here in Florida. Lie number 2, Florida has no state income tax, so you will save a ton of money living here. Well, while it's true, Florida has no state income tax, they're going to make up for it in other areas like higher property taxes, higher insurance costs, and maybe even just higher cost of living in certain areas. Not all areas, but many of them. Can you still move here at a very affordable rate and enjoy all that Florida has to offer? Yes, 100%. Of course you can. But do not be fooled by the no state income tax. It does not necessarily mean you're going to save a bundle living here. Okay, lie number, 3? Is when you live in Florida, you will be minutes from the beach. Well, that's not quite true. A lot of people, I think, come here believing no matter where you are, you'll just be a few moments from the beach. And if you live right in the heart of Central Florida, in the center, let's say Ocala or Orlando, somewhere around there, you could literally be hours from the beach, also depending on traffic. So in one sense, you're never that far from the beach, but another, I don't know, do you want to drive a couple hours to go to the beach? I absolutely love where I live in the Daytona beach area. I actually live on the beach now, and it's beautiful. But there's wonderful places inland. Just keep in mind, if you're coming here to vacation or to live here, you might not necessarily be only moments from the beach. You could be a couple hour drive. You just might want to pack up everything and just go ahead and make a day of it. Okay, you ready? Here's the truth one I was telling you about. Now, you'd almost think it's a lie, but no, it's the truth. Here in Daytona Beach at the courthouse, some guy about a week ago walked in here. Now, mind you, let me set the stage for you. As soon as you walk in those doors right behind me, there are about 5 cops when they're open. There's about 5 police officers, a walk-through scanner, and literally anything on you, a bin it goes into, that, it scans. Okay, probably anybody over 5 knows this. Well, this guy walks in with apparently a backpack or something, puts it in the scanner, all these police officers at the courthouse, and there's a gun and 2 meth pipes in the bag. They showed on the news article I was reading an image of the scan. It was 100% a gun. I mean, they were probably all in disbelief. It's just mind-blowing. That's the truth. Now back to these lies. Lie number 4. Florida is the absolute perfect place for retirees. Listen, while it can be very relaxing and tons of leisurely activities, as of lately, with the rising cost of living, higher insurance rates, the crowded cities, access to healthcare is becoming less and less desirable for many. So if you are thinking of moving to Florida, please do yourself a favor and research where you're going to live. As far as, especially if healthcare is important to you, how's the insurance? I know many people are self-insuring now. And the traffic and congestion. I mean, there's still great areas to live in, but it's just not everywhere in Florida as you may be led to believe. Okay, lie number 5. Alligators are everywhere. I've heard people say, personally to me, that they feel alligators are roaming around everywhere in Florida. As a matter of fact, when my daughter first moved to California, she was going to UC Berkeley, so she made some friends that had only lived in California their whole lives, and they have never been to Florida, but they heard all these rumors about Florida, and they were so fascinated to ask her all these questions, because one of the things is they felt there was wild, crazy animals roaming all over Florida. Like, how do you survive? How do you live like that? Some even said like there's an odor to Florida. They weren't really saying it was good or bad, but they just felt there was tons of swamps and alligators. Well, while Florida does have a lot of alligators, I will give you that, especially down south in the Everglades, but they're literally everywhere. I've talked about it many times on my channel of sightings of this, of that, but I personally, over 30 years, have never ran into an alligator. I also don't put myself in vulnerable situations like, I don't know, walking along the water of a big pond at night in the dark. So you see those little glowing eyeballs. Just want to be careful of that. But I assure you, rest assured, I feel it's very, very safe here. Alligators are everywhere, again, and you also want to be careful. They like to jump out and eat like small pets, which is really sad. Many cases that. I even did a video where some guy was wrestling the alligator to retrieve his puppy back out of the alligator's mouth, and he won. Just all kinds of Google alligator stories in Florida, especially on YouTube. You'll just be entertained for hours.
Do alligators alligate?
But they're just not roaming freely. They're, I think, somewhat just like to keep to themselves, and they're just not that crazy to try and attack something to them that seems so much bigger. Lie number 6, Disney is the best part of Florida. While it's true, it is the best place on earth, many people, I believe, think it would be magical living right around Disney, but let me tell you something. I guess for some it could be. But if you're looking for the true relaxed Florida lifestyle living, I don't think living near Disney is going to be it. Crazy touristy, very popular area, huge prices to try and even own or rent something nearby, because there's investors from all over the world who I've been to homes they built years ago there were $1 million homes. You can only imagine what they're worth now, for the sole reason to rent them out. They were amazing, gorgeous homes. That's how much kind of money they make on these properties. It's very expensive near Disney. The traffic can be literally horrible. You really got to plan time when you're going there. I always pick early Sunday mornings. It seems to be not so bad. Coming back, whole different story. I guess everyone wakes up or gets out of church by then. But it's crazy busy and very expensive. It's not as magical as one might think living by Disney. Okay, lie number 7, the job market is booming. While there are plenty of jobs here, it just might not be the high-paying job or the one that you can live comfortably here in Florida if you're coming here specifically to look for a job. Many people will call me from my channel and they have a work-at-home job. And I'm telling you, they're living really good, especially if they're coming in from California or someplace that's way more expensive and they earned a lot more income out there, or they still do, and they just like, hey, let me just live in Florida with a fraction of the cost. Well, the job market can be tough. There are plenty of jobs, but like I said, there are mainly a lot of service industry. We're a big hospitality state and healthcare state. Even with the healthcare, they don't pay normally as much as they do in other states. For example, my sister is a nurse, and she wanted to live here, which I was so excited, hoping she's going to live by me, but it turns out they pay very little as where she can make a living other places. And they told her it's because so many nurses want to live here because they want to enjoy all the beauty Florida has to offer. So while it's not necessarily a booming job market, or it is, it just depends what you're looking for and can you afford to live here on what Florida has to offer. Lie number 8, it's always easy to find affordable housing in Florida. Well, it was absolutely one of the most affordable places to live. As of recent, home prices have been going up, interest rates have been going up, insurance costs have been going up, property taxes have been going up, and it is now no longer the most affordable place to live. Many people are struggling. The real estate market, I can't even stress enough how horrible it is right now. It is bad here. Here, and I heard Texas too from my research. Now, will this change again? Yeah, it could. But can you hang on until it does? You know, that's the thing. Some people are bailing out. My building alone, there's 25 condos for sale. No showings. I have a couple of listings. Because we have the whole condo crisis going on too. Nothing's moving. I think after the first of the year, 2025, things are going to get better. We just have to hang in there. And it's only time will tell. Lie number 9. All of Florida is laid back and relaxed. You can already tell I'm like, yeah. Well, most of it is. And it's designed that way, especially if you move into these communities like a 55 plus or some condo complexes. I absolutely love where I live. It's so relaxed and laid back. The beach is right there. It's beautiful. Even where I am today, right here, it's only a few moments from my home. And it's absolutely wonderful to come here and just chillax for a while. But if you get into some of the bigger cities such as Miami, South Beach, Orlando, that is some high energy, fast paced type of living. I don't know if it's my age or I'm just used to being relaxed and laid back. I can only go in spurts to those cities. Absolutely love them, ton of fun. But trying to keep up at that high energy, high fast paced life of living, I don't think I could do it anymore. How about you? What type of lifestyle do you like? I'd love to hear. And by the way, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.